microbes in human welfare. What are microorganisms? Microorganisms are the organisms which are invisible to naked eye, but why we need to learn in this chapter? Because they are benefiting us, humankind. That means those apart from those who create or cause diseases, yet there are certain organisms which are beneficial to humankind. You can see right over here microbes helping us in household products as well as at industrial level production, treating the wastewater, sewage water treatment, biogas, and also biocontrol agents and even some of the microorganisms act as a biofertilizers also. Okay, let's start with the first question. Are they visible to naked eye? No, obviously they are not visible to naked eye. They are present everywhere. Like you can see, they are present in soil, water, air, even inside our bodies, especially in animals and plants also. You see here, this is one of the best example I can show. In ruminants like cow, ruminants are the organisms which eat the food first and then chew later. Where you can see there is a part of the body called rumen located in its body where they can keep the food. Along with the food, you find some bacteria called methanogens. So these are the bacteria responsible for the production of a gas called methane. So this is the best example. Even in our stomach also there are certain bacteria living which are beneficial, of course. And also in our teeth also, that means our oral cavity does contain hundreds of thousands of bacteria living inside. Now, these microorganisms are very varied, like they are diversified. Many variety of microorganisms are present, like you can see the protozoans. Some of them are bacterial, some of them are fungal, and microscopic plant viruses and viroids, prions. These are all the different types of microorganisms, and these organisms can be cultured in laboratory medium like this. You see here, when you go to any laboratory, especially microbiology laboratory, you can see this petri dish, a glass chamber in which biologists provide a culture medium. This is called culture medium. What is culture medium? Culture medium is nothing but anything that is rich in different types of material for the growth of that particular microorganism. In this case, you can see these are all different batches of fungi. Fungi grown on the culture medium. By taking the nutrients from this culture medium, they grow and they develop. So microorganisms can be grown in the laboratory also. Okay, let's move to the next part, that is how these bacteria or the microorganism help in our day-to-day life, especially in household production of household products. You see the very first one, that is called lactobacillus. Lactobacillus is a bacteria which is commonly found in the curd. The curd that we get is due to the action of, or coagulative nature of the curd is due to the action of lactobacillus. Lab, in short form we call it as lab. Now, how to prepare curd? All you need is milk, which is a bit warm, and then add already prepared curd into it and leave it for the whole night or the whole morning time, daytime. You can see the whole milk gets coagulated or coagulated to become a milk. Okay, a small amount of curd added to the fresh milk, that is what I have said, like lab, which contain millions of lab or bacteria. At suitable temperature, it will multiply and milk get converted into curd. And also, what could be the value of it? lab increases the nutritive value of that particular food by increasing the vitamin B12 content. Remember, B12 content increases. In our stomach, these lab will check the growth of harmful microorganisms. So this can be for 2 marks or 1 mark question also. Next comes the important part, that is baker's yeast, which is a fungi. The scientific name of baker's yeast is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So pronunciation is very important. Now, what they do? These are commonly are a anaerobic bacteria. Remember, anaerobic bacteria is it's not a bacteria, it's a fungi. This anaerobic natured fungi lives or thrives in the absence of oxygen. Okay, so it will lead to a kind of chemical reaction called anaerobic respiration, in which carbon dioxide is the primary product form. So this carbon dioxide gets accumulated in the dough, like you already know that, like you can see right over here, the bread. Let me show you. You see here, the bread which has been baked, and you can still see the carbon dioxide getting stuck inside it and leaving a gap. Okay, and this carbon dioxide is formed due to the anaerobic respiration by this fungi. And this process, obviously in English it is called fermentation. So fermentation is a process where any chemical reaction which undergoes anaerobic respiration in the absence of oxygen, and that is done by the fungi called Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which gives that dough nature, like a puffed up nature. And even it can be seen in you can see this is how idli look like, idli dough. Like we have to keep it the whole night, and by the morning the whole content gives puffed up nature, and you can still see the bubbles breaking, releasing the carbon dioxide out of the whole pan. You can see this is how the dough, which is before fermentation, and you can see it gives up the puffed up nature, and then after baking it becomes like this, the bread. So remember, this is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. And here comes the next one, that is Propionibacterium shermani, another bacteria which is same, like which is also undergo anaerobic respiration to produce carbon dioxide. Due to the presence of this bacterium, Swiss cheese have large holes. You see here, these are two types of cheese. One is called Swiss cheese. This is Swiss cheese, which I have mentioned here. And this Swiss cheese having a set of texture, flavor and taste to it. And this is all because of the type of bacterium called Propionibacterium shermani, which is growing inside, producing a large amount of carbon dioxide, thus creating these kind of holes inside. This is nothing but a bubble of carbon dioxide. And also growth of this bacteria can give the specific texture, flavor and taste. The other type of bacteria, it's a fungi, a specific fungi grown in a type of cheese called Roquefort cheese also. You can see this is Roquefort cheese. It is also having certain type of taste, and this is all because of growth of a specific fungi. So the taste of a cheese depends upon the type of anaerobic bacteria or a fungi living inside. Okay, so this is about Propionibacterium shermani. And also I forgot to tell you, In South India, if you go to South India, there is a common traditional drink which is uh, prevalent in, especially in villages, and the name of the name of that particular drink is called toddy. You see, this is how it looked like, and this is coming from the sap of this palm plant. Sap means the solution of a particular plant. So toddy is nothing but a fermented drink. This is also by the action of the fungi called Saccharomyces cerevisiae. You see, this is the palm plant from which toddy is being produced. All of them undergo fermentation only. Anything that you have seen right over here is all because of the fermentation. Okay, and here one picture which I missed to show. This is here. You can see this is called baker's yeast, being present in small bottles which can be purchased from any store or from bakery also. So these are having yeast being like totally stored. So you can, when you add some water to it and close it, the yeast can grow. So this is one picture I would like to add. So let's revise what we learned. The first point what we've learned from this chapter is microorganisms are omnipresent. They are present everywhere. Number two, they are having different varieties, diversified. Number four, these organisms can be grown on culture medium in the laboratory. Microorganisms at our house, or those who are helpful in our day-to-day life, one of it is lactobacillus, converts milk to curd and increases the nutritive value, like increasing the vitamin B12 content, and also checks the diseases in our stomach. Second one, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, where you have heard idli dough, or the bread dough can be puffed up due to the action of the Saccharomyces cerevisiae by producing CO2. And the traditional drink in South India called toddy is also one of the type of fermented drink, and also this can be used to ferment fish, soya bean, and also bamboo shoots for providing different delicacies. Propionibacterium shermani is another type of bacterium which is giving such a certain texture or characters like texture, flavor, and taste to it. And even there is one specific fungi which gave a specific taste to a type of cheese called Roquefort cheese.